Temple Challenge Cup. Cornell University on the Buck Station, University of London to the left of your picture on the Berkshire Station. This should be spectacular. 8 always is. Lots of power, and we were just talking about the importance of a good start and seizing the initiative in races, and both of these boats will be fully aware of that. Keeping an eye on Cornell University, who just dipped in towards the boom for a moment on the Temple Island side, and now are heading a bit more central.
Yep. And both these crews raced yesterday. Cornell had a tough race against Oxford Brookes C, winning by about 3/4 of a length. UL had quite a comfortable win yesterday. They were racing against Bristol University. So UL are one of the favoured crews in the event, and Cornell are the lightweights from the university program. And here we go, a minute or so into the race, and it's about half a length to UL on the Berkshire Station.
Yeah, it's pretty good control from University of London A. A length up, at least half a length.
And then Cornell, you can see, really trying to stick it in there, but UL just more efficient. Their blade work at the front, you can see the blades just going in earlier in the recovery, and they're just more efficiently moving away.
Yeah, and the stroke rate's really high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just having a look at University of London there, thrashing along at a good old leg. And now to Fawley we go.
And that's a great view there. You can see, if you look at the blades and the seats of the athletes, the blades are going in the water before the seats are moving at the front. And that's a really efficient thing to be doing, because then you're maximising the stroke length of the piece.
Yeah, technically a sound boat, this.
Yeah, very neat and tidy. And it's easy when you're 2 lengths up to be neat and tidy, because you can relax a bit.
Screeton in the stroke seat, furthest down the course. And you've got Kent, Sullivan, Boomer, Townley, Wilkinson, Middleton and Bedford in the bow seat for the University of London. That boat that's stretching away now.
Yeah, Cornell, as usual, when these rowing crews, they train all year, they never give up even when they're down, and Cornell is still going to be doing their utmost to stay in contention, but I can't see this changing from here.
No, the Americans look beaten. You never know. There's plenty to contend with. We talked about the extra length of the course. The wind is still blowing them around, so makes conditions tricky.
It does indeed. But that's a great picture of the crew. And you can see again all the wash bouncing off the hull of the boat. Even these big 8s with the conditions here, it's not easy to sit the boat level and get a decent platform. But the blade work's clean and it's quite accurate at the front.
Sharma at Cox for University of London, urging his 8 to keep on shifting that boat as economically as possible past the big grandstands. You're into the final 500 metres of the race now. When you see the enclosures, you know you're into the last 500 metres, and that'll be a welcome sight for both these 8s.
Yeah, and Cornell still rowing pretty well, giving it some real attack there. But it's always the difficulty, lightweights versus heavyweights, particularly in these conditions that John mentioned earlier. The heavyweights have an advantage on a long, heavier course.
Yeah. Pretty busy down in the enclosures this morning.
Crowds seem to be building, don't they?
Yeah, inevitably. After the rain yesterday may have kept a few people away. I think we're going to get big crowds between now and building up to the weekend. Culmination of this Henley Royal Regatta, of course, on Sunday, the big finals here live.
Now you might hear some of the Go UL cheers from the bank. Local crews getting more favour.
So on the Berkshire bank there, University of London supporters will be pleased to see that 8 moving along serenely, dropping the rate off. They know their work is done.
Now time to go and recover and get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, more work to do tomorrow, of course. Good performance from them, though.
One of the tricky things about Henley is when you finish is that you don't actually know your race time until the end of racing today. So you might be on the first race or last race tomorrow. So your recovery strategy needs to prepare for both.
In they come now. Well done to Cornell University. Didn't disgrace themselves by any means. They kept University of London shifting along, but it was University of London that won the Temple Challenge Cup. They progress.